Hello there everyone, my name is Rosemonkey and welcome back to That Dragon Cancer. A game that I haven't come back to for some time because I know that this is a very heavy topic and I guess I've waited for the right time to come back to it, and I suppose I feel like now is the right time. So let's continue with little Joel's story, shall we? Okay, and I've completely forgotten the controls. Okay, so we can light switch, I guess. Oh, here we go. Yes, so we're with controller, it seems, rather than mouse and keyboard. Well, could be either or. We'll stick with controller for now, and we'll see how we get on. Okay, this looks like an MRI machine. I've been in one of those. Oh no! No, MRI machines don't spin like that. CT machine then? Some kind of scan anyway. Oh, I'm not so sure actually. MRIs do make you... Oh, he's shaking. I wonder if he's actually shaking or if that's like the graphics. He's probably shaking. He's probably scared. Poor boy. Oh.
Hey, it's you again. I love
Hello.
you. My friend. This is my
Hello.
favorite game. Do you see? Watch out.
Yes. Okay, sure. Go ahead. Oh, like a big balloon. That's cute.
You touch it right here, then a big lion comes.
Lion. We're gonna see a lion.
It's so loud.
Okay.
I can roar. That's like him. Yeah, hear me roar. Why? Don't be afraid. You might want to cover your ears.
I've got headphones on. I don't think covering my ears would do much. Cool. Oh, that's nice. The stars. Oh, it sounds like he's lion purring.
Here comes the animals. Pterosaurs is my favorite.
Aww. And he's flying up above the, I guess, stars or sugar granules. Okay. Oh, alright. So we're doing a thing. Oh, it's like a merry-go-round. Oh, so he's riding the giraffe. Can I make him ride other things? Can he ride the horse? Or ride the... Oh, he's riding the giraffe at the moment. Okay. And when I click, it makes it flip. That's cute. Okay. What else? Can we make you ride a different animal? There you go. You can ride the... Is that a cow or a dog or a... That's a bull, I think. Or some kind of ram, perhaps? That can go around in circles as well. Oh, bless. Okay. I've forgotten which animals we've ridden. Oh, that's the horse. Alright. I kind of like the dream sequences in this game. It breaks it up in a really nice way. Because obviously there's a lot of... Oh, that's a dog. There's a lot of very real themes in this game, a lot of realism that it tackles, but it breaks up all those realism sort of themologies with these nice dream sequences where you get to apparently ride a dog around in circles. I hear singing. I think I know that song. Although I didn't hear it very well. Okay, what have we got going on now, apart from white? Okay. Yeah, I do know that song. Aww. How great thou art, I believe. Are we?
This terrible routine. Watching you. Waiting for you to wake.
Oh, him.
Hoping you will never remember these days of illness and treatment.
Yeah.
One day, I'll bring you here. Show you your tiny handprints on the wall, and you'll be annoyed that we all think of you as some big miracle. Cancer will be such a small part of all you could grow to be. You will tire of hearing about it. You won't want to see the cards and notes I saved. And I won't mind at all. I'll hold the memories of this hard day. You just leave it behind.
It's sweet. I have to admit, I still kind of wonder, are these other people? Are we stuck on that one? No, okay. Are these other people that have also had cancer, I wonder? Like real people? I don't know. But yeah, it's nice to think that that's going to be a thing that, oh, they're gone. That, like, the people that do get to survive, the kids that get to survive, it's just that story that you hear about and don't necessarily dwell on, and they have such full lives that continue, and, you know, it's a nice thought. To my hero, Henry M. So are these real people then? Are there like lots of notes? Are we gonna hugs to all my UIHC kids and families, Greg Rice? Okay. So I might not go through all of these. Oh. To everyone who's ever died of cancer, especially my father and grandmother, rest in peace, Hank, Marcia, and all the rest of you beautiful, beautiful people. I hope that whatever's become of you, you are presently better off than you were at the end of your life. We miss you. Yeah. Like, it's heavy, and it's hard, and it's emotional. Bradley Stewart. Sorry. Mispronunciation. Yeah. It is. It's... Oh wait, I've literally only just really concentrated on that, but was he 4? 1979 to 1983. He was 4 years old. That's really sad. Or potentially not even 4 years old. If he was born late in the year, he may have been 3, not quite 4 yet. Jason Javier Sanchez. 80 to 2008. To everyone in our hearts. I'm not that good at maths. Does that make him 28? That's my age. 28. Yeah. You're stronger than you know. Love will keep you strong. God, there's so many cards. Are we literally like going to be going through all these cards? There's so many. But have no fear. Our story's just begun. Yeah. And I think that's the worst thing about children who have... Elsie, we love you dearly and miss you daily. See you soon. Children that have to face diseases like this and illnesses like this and could potentially be taken just at the beginning of their lives, you know? They've not even had time to write those stories yet. Okay, so there's more cards outside. We'll try and read them all. We'll read them all. I still love you, girl from Mars. This pink one over here, or fuchsia. We belong to each other. These are all messages from real people, I'm assuming. Take my tears, love, they will carry you home. That I don't recognise, but that looks like it's the lyrics of some kind of song. That's I miss you, Rachel. The slashes in between sentences like that, it's usually indicative of the lyrics of a song. Love you, Papa. Even now you still make me laugh. Yeah. I love hearing stories, like, I don't really make any big secret of the fact that my mum died when I was very young. In loving memory of Maria and Emil Hozowski. I hope I pronounced that right. But yeah, I don't make any secret of the fact that my mum died when I was very young. I was 3, she was 21, she was young herself. If every hour wounds, let us sit a minute. But yeah, I love hearing stories about her, and I think that's one thing. Why do it if it's not fun? In memory, Rick Miller. I think stories are important. You need to still talk about like those memories and those stories and keep them alive and keep sharing them. Have faith like children and love like Christ. And that's another one. To try and see the world... Oops, didn't mean to click on that a second time. Try and see the world the way that children do, and try and appreciate the moment the way that children do, you know. Oh, there's so many of these. Oh, we've got music. Oh, there are so many. Okay, we're literally gonna be here forever if we look at all of these cards, and I don't have that long, to be honest. I'm not sure if this is one that it specifically wants me to look at because it's on a chair. Don't let speed bumps become the mountains they try to be. That's you know, that's sensible. I like that. That's good. Good information and a very good point. Okay, so we can't go that way. There's too many cards for me to sit and read. Literally too many. I'm pretty sure that on other YouTube channels other people will be able to sit and go through all of these cards, and don't think for one second that I'm not knowing that every single one of these has a message and a memory and a moment, and that's really huge and overwhelming and special. I just personally at this moment in time do not have the time to sit and go through all of these, but I'm sure there will be people who have, and I will go through all of these at a later date. Are we going out? I'll go through and I'll read these at a later date in my own time and appreciate all those moments and those messages. I'm sure they're very special. So, what do we have now? I'm sorry guys, it's not good. Oh, hi. Is that Daddy?
Alright guys.
Okay, so this bit's taken me some figuring out, but I think I've got the hang of what's going on with it. Everybody has their own little take on this bit, so I'm going to start with the Doctor. I'm going to show you what he has to say. And I'll try and overlay with each step of the conversation all the bits that the different people have to say about it, so that you get the full conversation from all four participants and all four of their perspectives. And we'll see how we get on with that.
Parents always ask how big. Wrong question. They should ask where it is. Location is everything. Slow death or quick, symptoms and losses all come down to where.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the frontal cortex. And it's quite small at this point, but unfortunately the size isn't terribly important. Any recurrence means the chemotherapy has failed.
Yeah.
This is a tragedy.
Yeah, it is.
And there it is. They get it now. Sometimes I wish we could just leave them waiting a few more minutes, because once they get this news, their life never goes back to how it was before.
Yeah.
Those were their last normal minutes, and they didn't even know it. I'm glad he's so good at this.
The
He takes
Doctor.
the losses so personally.
Yeah, I can
Joel's
imagine.
looking good. He's been making progress, his weight is up. It's
We
just
could see
hard to
Joel at one
believe that we
point,
only
but-
made it halfway through chemotherapy.
Yeah.
It was rough at first, but I really started to think that he was gonna make it.
It's really hard to
Any
tell, isn't
recurrence
it?
means the chemotherapy has failed.
Mommy's
Oh, wow.
turn.
This is that conversation.
Yeah, it is.
Can't imagine we're having that conversation.
Has had a recurrence of his tumor.
Where is it? How big is it?
Well, it's in the frontal cortex. And it's quite small at this point, but unfortunately the size isn't terribly important. Any recurrence means the chemotherapy has failed. This is a tragedy.
And now we're with the dad.
I knew it. No. Size matters. If I know how big it is, I can face it. I can size it up.
And it's quite small at this point, but unfortunately the size isn't terribly important. Any recurrence means the chemotherapy has failed.
The father's side sounds the saddest.
This
I think
is a
his is going to be
tragedy.
the hardest one to deal with. Okay, next step. Go back to the Doctor for now and see what he has to say for the next part of this conversation.
With an ATRT, as soon as you have a recurrence of any kind, it is fatal. It's
There
only
it
a matter
is.
of time before it spreads to several locations. We've already thrown all the chemotherapy we have at it. We can't continue to give him chemotherapy that we know it's resistant to. So there just aren't any treatment options that are curative.
No, it's all about quality of life at this point, not about prolonging, I guess, or saving. I don't think the nurse has anything extra to say on this one, so we might have to go straight to the parents.
I guess I have imagined it. I've imagined it a lot, but not like this. It's different.
The conversation or the...
I thought I would sob uncontrollably or puke just right on the floor. I thought I'd shake or wail or something. I guess this is shock. Tragedy, he said. That's right.
Yeah.
That's the perfect word for this. It's a tragedy. I wonder if he says that every time. He's crying a little. You'll love him for that. He's not callous. He's genuinely sad. She is too.
So there just aren't any treatment options that are curative.
So the doctor and the nurse are getting tearful, but Mother's in shock, which is understandable. I think it makes it more difficult playing with like a child's toy as we do this as well. Like the child's toy is the tool through which we explore this moment. It just reminds you that all this time we're talking about a kid, you know?
Whenever I ask sciencey questions, I nod my head, digesting every Latin word, hoping it will stick to my ribs, become part of me. That if I ask enough questions, that maybe I can get my brains around this cancer, and I can choke it to death. I love asking good questions. It impresses them. They'll be impressed with the way we handle all of this. Such good, thoughtful parents that ask such good questions.
So there just aren't any treatment options that are curative.
Okay. So, next conversation option, I guess. Back to the doctor. I guess that's something you would sort of... I don't know. Like, different people have different ways of looking at things. She's impressed with the doctor and the nurse for being emotional and crying. He's thinking about that impression. They both said it, like, like, does he say the same thing every time, that it's a tragedy? You know, and how do they measure up against the other parents? Just thinking of such ordinary things, like how words are used and how... Are we the same? Are we different? Little ordinary and technically meaningless things that people think because nobody wants to really focus on the big thing, which is that their baby's gonna die, you know? It's hard.
We're very good at end-of-life care.
Oh, she's talking now.
We're very good at managing the pain and masking symptoms at the end of life.
Is that my tablet or is that some kind of printout?
How long are we talking about?
Prediction time again. No matter what I say, they'll wish it was longer. But sometimes longer is worse. A few weeks to maybe 4 months.
Okay. Let's see if she has anything different to add to that one. We're going back a step and then playing again. I want to hear everything with this one. I want to hear everything everyone has to say. I want to hear all the angles.
We're very good at managing the pain and masking symptoms at the end of life.
Okay, so she didn't have anything extra to add, so let's go back to Mother. See if she had anything. Masking the symptoms at the end of life, I think, is an interesting phrase. It's just, like I said, it's all about system management and end-of-life care now. It's all about that rather than...
I'm going to cry after all because they love us. And they love Joel, and... We're very good at managing the pain and masking symptoms at the end of life.
Bless her. I guess that's the point where she goes. That the crying, I mean. Let's go back to Dad and see what's going on in his head, shall we?
We're very good
what I
at
wanted.
end-of-life care.
No.
We're very good at managing the pain and masking symptoms at the end of life.
It's never what anybody wants, you know, to have this conversation, to have this conversation, especially not about their children. Okay, next step of the doctors.
Okay, I said fatal. I said not curative.
I think they
Have I
get
said
it.
the word death yet? I can tell they understand, though. A whole new vocabulary.
I think they get it.
All the rules are different now. I think it's really sinking in. Oh, she's crying. We should wrap this up soon. All the details can wait. Talk to our radiation oncologist to decide whether we could do some radiation or just chemotherapy.
Yeah.
What would the radiation do?
Well, the radiation could probably kill the
Questions.
tumor we see now, which would prevent it from causing any symptoms.
Oh,
But it would not keep more tumors from developing. Because we know if it spread here,
is that water?
it'd spread other places too.
Okay. So apparently we're drowning now. I want to take a step back though. We still want to check this from every angle.
Is Nick crying?
How long are we talking about?
Nick,
How am I
is it
gonna
him
hold it
or
together now?
Him
A few weeks to maybe 4 months.
or her. I don't know who counts as Nick. Wait, did I skip a step? Oh, I think he went on for longer.
Science, it's simpler.
Giving you a lot to think about
Measurable.
today.
I give A, add B, and I subtract C, and I get this result, and I can do something to control it. Or at least have the sense that I'm controlling it. But now all we
Soft
have left is a
voice.
miracle. And
It just gets into my
miracles
head.
are
We'll do a lumbar
fickle.
puncture and talk to our radiation
They don't
oncologist
always
to
come,
decide whether we
and
could do some radiation.
we don't always know why. What if Joel's miracle doesn't come?
Well, the radiation could probably
I hope he lives. I've always hoped. But now I
That's what
can't
anyone
do
can do.
anything but hope. Oh, radiation. At least we can do something. Hope doesn't require signing papers or driving to hospitals or holding Joel in my lap. Hope is for something someone else has to do for us. And when doctors can't, invisible Jesus must.
We're so sorry.
Okay. I'm a bit lost now. I keep going up and down with what level we're at with this. So, all my little thing's floating. What does she have to say? We'll stick with the parents now. I think we've got the
4
gist of what the
months.
doctors are saying.
What is that? February? So we have Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Joel's birthday, maybe Valentine's Day, and that's it? And, we still haven't told anyone I'm pregnant.
Oh.
Too scared they'd think it was irresponsible. And now this? They'll think it's a replacement baby. I don't want a replacement.
Well, the radiation could probably kill the tumor we see now, which would prevent it from causing any symptoms. But it would not keep more tumors from developing. Because we know if it spread here, it would spread other places too.
That's so sad.
So, the radiation would buy us some time.
No, nothing will really buy us any
Okay.
time at this point. It just can make the time you have left more comfortable. So, we'll
I think
schedule you to come back in Monday. and we'll
To
have
round
some
up this
options for you to
conversation, we'll go back to the dad.
consider. We're so sorry.
Yeah, I'll go back to the dad and we'll round up with him. Because he's, I don't know, that scientific head.
In the movie, I'd
I'm
be kicking
interested.
things and throwing chairs through windows. Amy would be sobbing and back against the wall, slowly falling to the ground. I should be yelling. Why am I not yelling?
This is not like in the movies.
Thank you. That means a lot.
I'm sorry, guys. It's not good.
The MRI?
Okay. So now we're having a moment as if it is like the movies. The yelling. So we're just gonna, I think the boat sort of turns, so we'll
With an ATR team, as soon as you have a recurrence of symptoms,
hover in the middle.
it's only a matter of time before it spreads to several
So we are hearing everything that people are saying, sort of echoed. Why are there bottles? Why do there have to be bottles in the boat? I can hear you! Oh, they're gone. don't like the idea of talking about the end of life care. And I don't like the fact that he's getting more and more invisible. Where are you going? Don't do that. Come back. Where am I now? Oh no, we're just... I don't even know. I don't know what I'm looking for now. This is very disorientating. I don't like it. It's making me feel sick. Oh, we're back. We're back in the boat. Okay. Now what? And we're fading to black. That last little bit made me feel kind of nauseous. Not because of the seasickness, but just that moment where everything disappears and you're not quite sure where is forward, and I turned my stomach a little bit. Okay, so we are adrift. That is the new reality we are in. What was our next step? Oh, there it is. I think that's a fair point as well. A lot of people sort of do think more about the size. And it's not about the size. It's like he said, it's about where it is and what it's doing and what it's interfering with. Okay. So we've got Mummy and Baby in the boat. We've got a room up there. Oh, we're a bird? We're a bird now? Alright. How old is Joel at this point? I'm not really sure. Oh, a ball.
I have so many things stirring around in my spirit that I have to write to settle myself and find God's wisdom in the midst of chaos. I'm scared I won't be strong enough to face the things we might have to face in the coming weeks and months. But then I remember how much grace God gave us to walk out everything we've already faced. I've never felt completely overwhelmed, and I've never felt alone. So no matter what comes next, and I truly cannot even begin to guess how this will go, I know we will be carried. I want to shout out, look what God is about to do. Watch how he delivers Joel. And at the same time, I want to roll up in a silent ball and wait it out with fear and trembling, so aware of all my doubt, but yet convinced that my doubt is insignificant compared to God's faithfulness.
That's impressive. It's really moving. Are these messages in like baby balls as well on top of all that? It is really, and I think it is hard to be faithful to God in a time when obviously you're facing such doubt-triggering times as what's obviously happening to their son right now.
Guys, are you ready for bed?
Joel, lay down. Okay.
Okay.
Should we do a song?
Sure.
Okay. Big boys, why don't you come in here and we'll sing the littles a lullaby.
Oh.
I know, it's bedtime. Ugh, okay.
Okay.
Elijah,
We're going over here.
down.
Babe, did you even check in his mouth?
I don't quite know where we're... Oh, the boat's following us. Okay. Come on. Now whose room are we in? Oh, is this still Joel's room? No, this is not Joel's room.
I don't actually know. That's kind of why we're packing up everything, is because if the trial works really well, then maybe we'll stay in California for a really long time. Like, as long as it keeps helping Joel, then we want to stay and do the best we can for him, stay there where
That makes sense.
But if the medicine starts to not work as soon as it's not helping him,
So we stayed in California for a while. And there's another bottled note. I'm not sure if I missed any bottled notes.
The day I was diagnosed.
Oh, someone else.
I remember the hallucinations from the high fever of 5-year-old's nightmares. I remember my mother silently weeping in the doctor's office. I remember friends and family gathered around my hospital bed in prayer. I remember the 2-hour ambulance ride to St. Jude where they could better care for me. I remember the 2.5 years of weekly chemo treatments, the numerous lumbar punctures and bone marrow aspirates.
This always made me wince.
I remember Doctors Bell,
I've had
Dahl, and
those.
Kalvinsky, nurses Jean, Judy, and Dale, Miss Chris in social work, Darlene in travel, all part of the team that cared for me. I am a walking memorial to their successes. I remember the other patients I'd see each time I went to the hospital for chemo. I remember when some stopped coming. I knew what that meant. I remember the years of summer camp for children with cancer, children like me. I remember their laughter and the midnight talks of fears and joys, normal kid stuff. Some less so. I remember when some stopped coming. I knew what that meant. But I remember them. I am, and other survivors are, memorials to those who lost their fights.
Yeah. And that's one thing I like about this. It brings in other people's stories. It is Joel's story, but it's not just Joel's story. It's about more than that.
Oh, her expectation is so maddening sometimes. Do you know what she wrote on the eve of Joel's first surgery? The one back in January when we first found the tumor? I seriously feel like a kid on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
I'm pleading for God to spare his life. And I'm tempted to despair because self-inspection leads me to conclude I shouldn't expect much of anything.
Oh.
And yet my wife is expecting a surprise party from the Lord, replete with presents, supernatural miracles. I envy her.
I'm not entirely sure I follow why. I don't quite think I caught everything he meant by that. So we're gonna play a game, and then after this little game, Joel the Baby Night, I think we're gonna end this episode.
Let's go.
Boys, get in bed.
Oh, can you at least tell us a story?
Sure.
Okay.
Story
This
time.
is the story of a very brave knight named Joel.
Joel the baby?
Yes, Joel the baby knight, but he's also Joel the very brave knight, and he was being chased by a dragon named Cancer.
When I say I'll finish it after this, I'll finish it if it lets me. Like, if it's gonna end, then I'll see it through to the end.
Is the dragon big?
Very big.
Oh.
Does the dragon breathe fire?
Oh.
So much fire, you guys.
Oh no, we're full screen. Okay, so we duck from the fire, and we keep running or
So
walking.
Joel has armor, like a sword and a shield and stuff. Ooh, or maybe a spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
have a
good.
spear.
So brave Sir Joel with his sword and his shield and
I can't
his
jump
awesome
over that.
spear and
See, I die. I can't jump over that. Oh,
was
there's a
being
super
chased
jumping
by a
ability.
dragon named Cancer.
What other superpowers does he have?
He also has
I can jump over that now.
wings.
That's not a superpower.
It's the best superpower.
Do you guys know what grace
There we go.
means?
Yeah, it's kind of like help.
Yeah, it's kind of like help.
I don't get how I get up here. Oh, I see. I see how I get up here. Okay, that's cute. We keep going.
And he's not the only one who's ever tried to fight this dragon. Some very brave knights have fought this dragon and lost. And some are able to drive the dragon off, and they can go home, and they can quit fighting for a while.
Joel's been fighting this dragon for a long time, huh?
A long time.
But Joel found a nice empty cave where he could rest. And it seems like the dragon couldn't find him.
Okay. So is that where we're at? Are we resting?
But just when he thought that the danger was past, the dragon found his hiding spot and came after him in the cave.
Oh no, we're running. We're running from the
That
dragon.
dragon's going to kill Joel. Joel's going to lose.
Why do you say that?
Oh, why do I have hearts?
It's just a baby. Babies can't kill dragons.
You're right. A baby can't kill a dragon. But that's the best
Where's the
part.
dragon gone? Oh.
God fights for Joel. So he fights that dragon cancer right with Joel. And we know that God can win even if Joel can't. That's grace.
I don't like it. No! I died a death.
Well,
This is harder than it looks.
Tim's mom. He died from
Tim!
cancer. Wasn't God fighting for him? Didn't he have
Of course God fought for Tim too. Tim fought so well. He's so brave, so strong.
Where did the dragon
God
go?
let him rest. It may have seemed like the dragon won because Tim died. We know that Tim's in heaven, that he's with God.
Can you
and
not
God
keep
is
running
so
away?
proud of him.
Get some help.
For Tim getting to be done fighting monsters.
Oh, I don't want Tim to die. I know Tim has to. I think that's part of the story, but still. I think losing is part of the story sometimes. Ugh, I don't. Ow. Oh, okay. So that's my going to heaven. The dragon's still not dead. I didn't beat it. Drowning. Oh, we're not going that far. No, we're not going that far. We're gonna wait there. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give that like button some love. I know this is a hard one, this is a tough one, this is an emotional one to get through. But we're going to see this story through to the end. We're going to share Joel's story, and we're going to, I guess, find out what happens and show some respect to all the people that have gone through this kind of situation before. So thank you very much for watching. I'll be back with more of Joel's story very, very, very soon. Bye! I like how it gives you a to-do list on all of these. Ransom the beeping clowns to beeping do list. The whole game is basically this. It's you solving puzzles through this contrasting world, and there's some brilliant stuff.